Hello, folks. This is Patrick, and this is another installment of the statue repair series. I believe this is episode 4. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I made the last episode. I've had so much going on, and I'm trying to keep track of all these different video series that I have going on my channel. But for now, let's talk about these two figures here. The big one, see if I can get a little closer. The big one is a 3D printed statue, or fan art as it is sometimes referred to. The small one is, I believe the company is called Eagle Moss, and this is actually a chess piece. If you have seen any of my previous statue repair videos, you know a little bit about both of these already, but this is to give you an update. And I think we'll start off with the small one. That is the one that gave me the most trouble. Let's start with him. I hope everyone can see that clearly. I tried to situate my light in the right position so that it didn't cast too much shadow. So hopefully it'll come out okay. And let's turn this fella around. The damage, I'm blocking my light. The damage with this was this tendril here and this tendril here. In a moment I'll zoom in, try to get a closer view. It's been a couple of weeks ago now that I attempted my first repair of this figure. This one went with no problems at all. I glued it. I always forget the name of this. I glued it with quick cure epoxy hardener and resin. And this one, after a few hours, it was set in place, but it had to harden over, I think over like overnight, maybe 24 hours. And after that, it was fine. The only problem I had with this one, and you'll see that when I zoom in, this thing is so small, it was hard trying to handle it and to position it so that it would not move once I got it glued into place, or I should say set. And it moved, it's not centered on the actual break point where it broke off, but it's close enough, so I'll be satisfied with that. This one, I made 3, maybe 4 or 5 attempts before I finally got this one to adhere. It's hard for me to say that word, so y'all work with me, all right? Before I got this one to adhere to the statue. This one also is not centered on the actual break point, because I would put it there and somehow I would move it. And I think what happened after reviewing some of the previous videos of this statue, sometime I would bump the statue, sometime I would do something dumb like lift the statue up with a clamp still holding on, attached to the tendril. So after several attempts, I finally got it to adhere to the figure. And it's not pretty. I've used too much glue on this one, definitely, and I may have used too much on this one, but I'll get better over time. I'm learning the right techniques and the right procedures, trying to just basically learning how to repair statues. That's why I started off with something small like this and some of the other stuff I started off with, so that later on, hopefully I'll get better and I can move on up to more expensive and bigger figures and statues. You can see right here, where is it? Oh, that pen is too big. All right, that's a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, that works. You can see right there, that shiny area, and you might be able to see it right up here. That is glue. And my objective is to get to the point where I repair a part and you can't see the glue. I'll get there. Just gonna take time. On this other one, you can see a big glob of glue right there, and it's some around in this spot too. Try to get a better look. All right, you can see it there on the top of the tendril. And you probably notice a lot of areas on the tendrils where the paint is chipped off. That is something for later on. First, I want to master the repair. Then I want to start getting into the painting. So when I get into the painting stuff, then that's when I'll repair that right there. Oh, you can see it really good right there. Right above that tendril, you can see where I did not actually get this right on the break point. All right, let's move on to the other one. You're probably wondering, why does he have rubber bands on? If you saw one of the previous videos, you already know the answer to that question. But to satisfy your curious mind, let's talk about it. And I'm going to attempt to do this on camera. Hopefully I won't tear anything up because I have a bad habit of doing that. I guess it's just trying to juggle around so much. But let's give it a shot. I'm going to start with, and yes, the toothpicks are there also to help hold everything in place while it dries. Okay, I figured as much. I'll be back. And it's like magic. There it is. Let's get a little closer. I'm going to attempt to hold up my light and point out some areas on this figure at the same time. Don't know if this is visible from this angle, but right here there's a glob of glue visible. I'm sure you can see this one. Here you can see it as well as here. And again, my objective is to get to the point where the glue does not show once I make the repair. Now on this one, the 4 tendrils, they were not broken, but like I said, this was a 3D printed model, and I received it in parts. The head, the body, the 4 tendrils, and the base were separate, so I had to glue all of those on, and it's holding pretty good. For anyone interested in doing this, this is what the epoxy resin. You know what? Hold on, be right back. These are the glues that I've been using. Now this epoxy here, this is very expensive. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I believe it costs about $12 for both of these. It comes together in a pack. Because this is so expensive and I am doing this on a budget, I had to find an alternative. So to stop myself from rushing trying to repair something, I got this as an alternative. And it's a lot more inexpensive, and I have more drying time. I don't have to rush when I use this, so I figured I may as well save this for the really, I guess, the more valuable statues, or when I get better, or in a situation where this is called for and this will not do. So that's what I've used on these. I hope this was informative. And I thank you for watching my channel. Okay, take two, cut. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for supporting my channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. And I will be back with another statue repair soon as I get some wire. I'm waiting on some wire. I think it's called jewelry wire. Once I get that, I'll be attempting a repair on my Superman statue. And once I get this, what is some type of, what is it called? I want to call it clay, but it's something else. I'll let you know in the next video. Now, once I get that, I will be attempting to, what's the word? Mold. I think it's mold. Will be attempting to mold some digits for a statue. The fingers are broken off, so I'm gonna try to make some new fingers for it. But yes, that's all in the future. For the next episode of my statue repair, please come back for that. Thanks. Bye.